getting this off Wikipedia, but Bibi Ka Maqbara, it's a tomb located in the city of Aurangabad in the Indian state of Maharashtra. It was commissioned in 1660 by the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb's son, Prince Azam Shah, in the memory of his mother, Dilras Banu Begum.
We've made it to Bibi Ka Maqbara, also known as the mini Taj Mahal.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome to the mini Taj Mahal.
Well, we've done the big one, now we come to the little one.
It's not quite as clean as the Taj Mahal, I must say.
No.
Your indicator's still on. Maybe we have to tell me. Right, if you're not going to indicate, tell me. You said this idiot who's on his phone. Go and get past him. Chris is trying to explain in English to a Hindi-speaking service technician that we want the chains adjusted, the oil checked, and the chain lube. Here we are at Royal Enfield in Ahmedabad.
You remembered me from 2 or 3 days ago when I came, which was good. Made life easier because I think hardly anybody speaks English at all. But he knows we want the chain adjusted, oil in, clean in the main. Although he's had a look at Guinnesses and he thinks the clutch needs adjusting, so he's going to do that as well.
A new Himalayans. Interceptor?
Yeah, it's the
Continental GT.
Yeah, it's very low. Even Glynis can get her bottom on this one.
I can get my bottom on the Himalayan.
And that's the classic 650 twin.
And as we've got no room, I have to keep Chris off the t-shirts.
Yeah, I need one.
I've got the power. Wild Bean Cafe in there. No. I think they've actually looped this side stand a bit. 94 kilometers. Morning Beaks, we have left Aurangabad on our way to Dhule. Those of you who've been watching the videos know that we've been to Dhule before, but we're going to a different hotel this time, as the first one that we were in is fully booked. It is the holiday season, although I'm not sure if it's the holiday season for India as well, but so it's a fairly straight run, uneventful apart from getting out of Aurangabad, which was a nightmare. And as you've seen already, we called into Royal Enfield to get the chain adjusted, and they kindly told me that my clutch plates are slipping, which, to be quite honest, I already knew, because the take up on first gear when pulling away is pretty hard. So it'll get us to Jaipur, and then it's down to the owner of the bike to sort that out. Anyway, as you can see, there's not much to see except for the smog, and there's quite a lot of it. It's really quite heavy in the air today. It's not so much dust, but we've noticed a few queues at the petrol stations, so I don't know whether that's one particular brand they've got fuel on offer, or people are just going to the nearest one because they're running out. We've just filled up at a BP. I have no idea if the fuel is a better standard, but the service station was quite good. They had a Wild Bean Cafe, but unfortunately it was closed, and I doubt it's ever been open, so it looked brand new. So I'll probably turn the video off between now and the outskirts of Dhule, because the road is pretty straight and I don't expect there to be too much apart from tractors, oxen pulling carts with sugarcane on. It looks to be sugarcane season. As you can see here on the left, the farmers are bringing out their cut sugarcane, and every now and again you see a big truck where they're loading onto. So we'll talk to you later. it is. We unfortunately couldn't get into the same hotel that we were in coming down. So coming back up, if you're going to go to the caves and come back up to Dule and you find a good hotel, I suggest you book it for coming back up, because this is a budget hotel, but it's also under renovation, but it's been under renovation for quite some time. And I'll give you a look at the reasons why you shouldn't stay at the, what's it called? The Residency Park Hotel. So I'll give you some reasons why you shouldn't stay here unless they absolutely say that they've fixed it. All right, so this is the bathroom, which the shower won't empty properly. I'll just close the toilet lid for full effect. This is the back of the toilet, and as you can see, it is very dated and mouldy. There's no shower curtain. So it floods onto the floor. We've got the bucket as always, but you can see the damage on the back of the door. That's water damage. There's nowhere to hang your towels. You've got the bare necessities when it comes to toiletries. There's no hangers in the wardrobe. You can see the cleaning marks on the back of the door. It's got a huge bolt up there. We've got a clean mirror and somewhere to store the luggage.
Can't say that at the windows.
It's just damage everywhere. So, even the plastic chair. The TV has basic channels on it, none of which we can understand.
Oh, you couldn't actually get on it properly.
The bed, however, the bed sheets are very clean and the bed was quite comfy. You've got old bedsides. And then you've got a strip light down the side of what is, I suppose, the bed head, which is bright green. And because the electrics aren't working properly, as you've probably just seen, there was a bit of a flash there. They don't stay on, it just flashes. So, and you wouldn't be wanting to sit in the chairs.
They're a bit dirty.
As you can see, they've seen better days.
It
Not to mention the...
It wasn't that bad that it wasn't fit to stay in. It was just very poor, very, very poor. Food last night, yeah, average. At a reasonably stocked bar because they had Jameson's whiskey there. But no, it's not a choice hotel that I would choose. But as I say, after it's been done, and renovated, it probably might be something different. But no, it was just a port in a storm for us.
So I thought I would show you what my bag looks like from the inside. If you could see inside, this is what it would look like. So all my clothes are in the big orange bag in the middle. So that's all my clothes. The laptop sits on top. I've got a pair of thongs on the top of that. My Garmin Zumo XT2, which isn't being used in India, sits alongside that, along with my outdoor shoes. All my electronics, so the things that I don't carry in my tank bag, all of the plugs, the cables, replacement parts for the helmet mount for the camera batteries, etc., all in those two black old GoPro bags. The toiletries, medication is in the end bag there, and I'm having to carry the disc lock because it's got a lithium battery in it. And the same is true of the Garmin. That's why we're carrying the GPSs around India but not using them, because we can't put them in the shipping container with the bikes. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Love you a long time.